This video is about factoring trinomials by grouping. Trinomials are of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, and they're called trinomials because they have three terms. In each case throughout this video, we're going to have to find two numbers that will multiply to a times c and will add to b. Alright, so let's jump into it. Alright, in the first example, we're going to find the factors of 6x squared plus 7x minus 3. Our first step is always going to be look out for a GCF, but these have no greatest common factor. So now, I need to find two numbers that multiply to a times c and add to b. A times c is this 6 times negative 3, so it needs to multiply to negative 18 and add to 7. So we think, what two numbers will multiply to negative 18 and add to 7? 9 and negative 2. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18, and 9 plus negative 2 is 7. So now, we're going to break up this trinomial by rewriting 7x as 9x minus 2x, and everything else will remain the same. And now that we have our four terms, it's time to factor by grouping. The greatest common factor of 6x squared and 9x is 3x, leaving me with 2x plus 3. And we need, this side we need to be able to pull out a 2x plus 3. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1, leave me with 2x plus 3. So my factors are 3x minus 1 times 2x plus 3. Now how are we going to check our answer? With multiplication. We're going to distribute the 3x to each of these terms to get 6x squared plus 9x. Distribute the negative 1 minus 2x minus 3. And we can see here that this would be 6x squared plus 7x minus 3. It worked. All right, let's try another one. 4x cubed minus 2x squared minus 6x. All of these have a greatest common factor of 2x, so I'm going to start by pulling out the greatest common factor, leaving me with 2x times 2x squared minus x minus 3. Now, this guy, we're just going to leave him on the outside throughout the rest of the problem. All right, so for now, let's just focus on this portion right here. I need to find two numbers that multiply to 2 times negative 3. So they need to multiply to negative 6 and add to the middle term, negative 1. Well, negative 3 and positive 2 multiply to negative 6 and add to negative 1. So let's break up this negative x into negative 3x plus 2x. And everything else will remain the same. All right, from here, we're just going to do our factoring by grouping again. This time, since we have this 2x on the outside, we're going to put big brackets just so we can focus on this middle portion here. The greatest common factor of 2x squared and negative 3x is just x, leaving me with 2x minus 3. And the greatest common factor of 2x and negative 3 is just positive 1, leaving me again with 2x minus 3. So finally, all of the factors of this trinomial right up here are 2x times x plus 1 times 2x minus 3. Alright, your turn. 5x squared plus 20x plus 15. Look for a GCF and then see if you can factor this by grouping. So we started by finding the GCF of 5 and then finding two numbers that multiplied to 1 times 3, so multiply to 3 and add to 4. Which were just 1 and 3, so we broke 4x into x and 3x. And then after grouping, we finally saw that the factors were 5 times x plus 3 times x plus 1. And if you did this on your own and you wrote these in a different order, this part might look a little bit different, but your final factors will still come out to be the same. Alright, if you're looking at a trinomial and the first term is negative, even if they don't have a GCF, we want to factor out the negative, so I'm going to pull a negative out of all of these terms. So that leaves me, it just changes the signs of everything. 4a squared plus 16a minus 9. Alright, so at this point I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to a times c, so 4 times negative 9 is negative 36, and add to 16. Those two numbers are 18 and negative 2, so I'm going to break 16a into positive 18a minus 2a. Now I'm going to group my first two and last two terms together. We've got the negative on the outside still. These have a common factor of 2a, leaving me with 2a plus 9. Over here with these two terms, I can factor out a negative 1, leaving me with 2a plus 9. And so finally, all the factors are just negative 1 times 2a minus 1 times 2a plus 9. Alright, so now you give it a try. Negative 10x squared minus 60x plus 270. Alright, and after working this out, hopefully you came down to the factors are negative 10 times x minus 3 times x plus 9. And we can just check ourselves by remultiplying all this out and making sure that we would end up here. Alright, that's factoring trinomials by grouping. Goodbye.